Prince Harry has made another apparent criticism towards the royal family by sharing that he lacked a support system upon his return from serving in Afghanistan. He also revealed that his emotional struggles stemming from his mother, Princess Diana's passing, were never openly addressed. These statements were made during the launch of his new Netflix series, Heart of Invictus, where he stands alongside injured veterans in a 5-part documentary. Meghan Markle, his wife, makes brief appearances to show her support. In this documentary, Prince Harry disclosed that it was only after his deployment that he became aware of the lingering trauma caused by Diana's tragic death in 1997 when he was just 12 years old. His main challenge upon returning from war in 2008 was the absence of a proper support structure to help him navigate his struggles. He stated that identifying his internal turmoil was difficult due to the lack of a network or expert guidance. During the series, Prince Harry emphasized the importance of changing the narrative around seeking therapy. He noted that often people only consider therapy when they are at their lowest points, wishing they had addressed their issues earlier. He expressed his desire to alter this pattern. The new Netflix series, a part of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's £80 million deal, offers insights into their lives. In it, Prince Harry introduces himself as a father of 2, a dog owner, and a husband. The series also features a private moment between Harry and Meghan before a speech at the Salute to Freedom Gala in November 2021. In the snippet, Harry confides in Meghan about his nervousness. The Invictus Games Foundation, of which Prince Harry is the founding patron, plays a prominent role in the documentary. The series aims to shed light on post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and trauma in war zones, drawing from Prince Harry's personal experiences. He reflects on his tour of Afghanistan in 2012, highlighting how the unraveling of his emotions was triggered by his return from war, though the underlying trauma dated back to the loss of his mother. He stressed the significance of support networks and early therapy intervention. All 5 episodes of the docuseries were released on Netflix, dispelling earlier rumors of its cancellation. The series coincides with the upcoming Invictus Games scheduled for September 9 in Dusseldorf, an event that both Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are expected to attend. The documentary adds to the Sussexes' media ventures, which include last year's contentious Harry and Meghan documentary that criticized members of the royal family. As their engagement with Netflix expands, the couple also secured rights to produce Carly Fortune's novel, Meet Me at the Lake. This series continues to shape their media endeavors. In their latest project, Prince Harry shares his experiences to promote understanding of trauma and PTSD, aiming to destigmatize seeking therapy and support. I didn't realize this at the time. It wasn't until later in my life, at the age of 28, that a certain event occurred, and that's when the first few bubbles of emotion began to surface. Suddenly, it was as if someone had shaken a bottle, and everything burst out in chaos. My emotions were scattered everywhere I went, like they were splattered across a wall. I found myself wondering, how on earth do I control this? I went from feeling nothing to feeling everything all at once. It was like I needed to find a glass jar and put myself inside it. My therapist suggested, you decide what gets in and let everything else bounce off. Army veteran Harry, who completed 2 tours in Afghanistan, one from 2007 to 2008, and the other from 2012 to 2013, also discusses how he never wanted to serve in the armed forces after becoming a parent. The Duke, who is a father to Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, shares with former Invictus competitors J.J. Chalmers and David Wiseman during a hike. I'd always thought I'd never be the type of dad who serves in the military while having kids. And both of you did that, right? It's not just the individual signing up, it's the entire family that's enlisting. Wiseman mentions that his wife Lucy was pregnant when he was injured by gunfire in Afghanistan. The series starts with a scene from July 2021, when Harry warmly welcomes Chalmers and Wiseman with hugs and a friendly morning lads at what seems to be his home in Montecito, California. Harry suggests, "Shall we go for a hike?" as the trio gets into a car driven by the Duke. The documentary also includes a speech Harry gave at the Games in The Hague in April of the previous year. In his speech, he addresses the competitors. It's at the Invictus Games that you realize whatever you've been through serves as a springboard to propel you forward. To become the best version of yourself, the version that you, your partners, and your children missed. When I talk to my son Archie about his aspirations, some days he wants to be an astronaut, and other days, a pilot. But what I emphasize to him is that regardless of what he chooses to be, it's his character that matters most. And nothing would make his mother and me prouder than to see him embody the kind of character we see in all of you here today. The Duke also discusses in an interview the significance of discussing mental health in the armed forces. Back when I joined the military, mental health and mental illness were taboo topics. One of the accomplishments I'm most proud of is the work that Invictus Games co-founder, David Wiseman, and I did, giving talks to individuals within the military. We encourage them to understand that if mental health is equated with mental illness, even though it isn't, then let's set that aside and focus on mental fitness. If there's a stigma within the military, it will inevitably spread to society. If we truly want to eradicate the stigma from society, we must lead by example. Harry also speaks directly to the camera. I take this very personally because I've always felt that every life lost could have been saved. From what I've witnessed through the Invictus Games and this community, as well as my own experiences, I've learned that when you dedicate yourself to something, positivity usually emerges. Harry also discusses how Invictus Games competitors triumph over their struggles, as the documentary shows footage of athletes succeeding at the 2014 tournament, juxtaposed with a moment of one athlete stumbling in the 200 meters race. The Duke reflects, understanding the depths of darkness and the challenges these people face, taking one step forward and often 3 steps back, but as they persist, many of them manage to climb out of the trench they've been stuck in. They move beyond dwelling on the past and shift their focus to the future. This transformation not only affects the individual but ripples across their families and communities. That's what we aim to achieve here. Harry also expresses frustration about the media's interference in his deployment to Afghanistan. The only reason I was able to go to Afghanistan was because it was kept confidential. During my 10-week stay, no one knew except for the British press, who agreed to remain silent in exchange for access. However, Harry's cover was eventually blown in 2008 by the American website The Drudge Report, breaking the news blackout. The website's headline read, "They're calling him Harry the hero." In the documentary, the Duke reflects further, "Being suddenly on my way back home, I was angry. However, it was crucial for the safety of those around me to remove me from that situation." My experience in Afghanistan was deeply affected by that journey home. As we took off, the curtain in front of me flew open, revealing the air hospital. I saw 3 young British soldiers wrapped in plastic, their bodies shattered. I witnessed firsthand what had only been discussed in conversations. That was the true catalyst for me to comprehend the actual toll of war. It wasn't just about those individuals, it extended to their families and the enduring transformations in their lives. Stepping off the aircraft, I was consumed by anger about what had happened to these individuals. I was frustrated by the lack of media coverage. However, at that moment, I hadn't fully grasped the course of action that was needed. In another segment, Prince Harry shares his thoughts 2 days before the Invictus Games in The Hague last year. Given the numerous postponements due to the global pandemic and the chaotic events worldwide, such as the situation in Ukraine, being here now at the Games with all the patient participants since 2020 is genuinely relieving. We had doubted if this moment would ever arrive. It has been an emotional roller coaster for everyone involved. I cannot fathom the challenges these individuals and their families faced during their training. They probably had more time to prepare than anyone else, so I'm truly hopeful that the sports will be exceptional. The majority of those who made it to the Invictus Games, and the many individuals who are still here today, owe it to their support networks, their families and friends. This week during the Games serves as a form of group therapy for each and every person, and that prospect excites me. Let the Games begin. Meghan Markle makes brief appearances in the documentary, including speaking at the opening ceremony of the previous year's Games to introduce Prince Harry on stage. Thank you profoundly for your service and appreciation to all the friends and family present who have stood by you throughout. This is true service, genuine dedication, and this is the Invictus family. Please join me in welcoming my incredible husband, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. They share a kiss on stage as she hands him the microphone. Prince Harry adds, "Thank you, my love. The world needs a reminder of the human spirit, the capacity to heal, and the robustness of resilience that enables us to recover and emerge stronger. As a community, you've conquered immense challenges and are imparting lessons of healing and strength to the world. Individually, you are people of substance, resilience, strength, and compassion. You possess the heart of Invictus." Addressing Team UK before the Games, Prince Harry conveys, "Thank you for investing so much into this. You've dedicated yourselves every day wearing the uniform, and even when that uniform is hung up, the spirit of service that courses through our veins never leaves us. It's a part of us, so when you're out there giving your all to win a medal, or simply having a great time and making your families incredibly proud, if you feel that lump in your throat and the urge to cry, then go ahead and cry. I truly mean that." The documentary also covers a segment from March 2022 during the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Oksana Horbach, the Ukrainian Invictus team manager, speaks about the challenges they face due to the war. "It's a substantial security challenge. We are cautious about revealing the Ukrainian team's presence in The Hague, as we could become targets for Russian soldiers. Most of our team members are actively engaged in defending our country because we are in a state of war. Not all of our team members are with us. Yulia Payevska was captured by Russian troops on March 16 and is no longer here. Our archery coach, Nitro Sidorik, was killed in action on April 5. He stepped on a landmine and died instantly." One Ukrainian competitor presents Prince Harry with an album containing images depicting the situation in our country. Prince Harry reflects, "The weight of the situation with the Ukraine team has been on my mind for the past 24 hours. It's not just about them being here, it's looking into their eyes and witnessing the trauma they've endured due to the invasion of their country." Paul Jenkins, captain of the British wheelchair rugby team, shares his story in the documentary. He recalls the moment he survived a heart attack after being clinically dead for 27 minutes, thanks to his wife administering CPR. "Unfortunately, I'm not out there participating due to my death. It's as straightforward as that. There's no other way to put it or sugarcoat it. I had a 27-minute death experience, and if it weren't for my wife, I probably wouldn't be here talking about it. And that whole notion of seeing a light at the end of a tunnel? Who actually sees that? When I went through it, there was absolutely nothing there. It was pitch black the entire way." Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also makes an appearance, addressing competitors through a video call. He states, "To our military officers, esteemed heroes, veterans, and those supporting our incredible athletes, I want to convey that you haven't left our country behind. It's an honor for us that you are representing Ukraine. And about the medals? The most significant reward for us is your determination to compete. But there's a reason we aspire to win at least one medal. We'll replicate it many times, believe me. You all deserve nothing less than gold medals. Indeed, you are our gold." On Monday, Prince Harry surprisingly attended the premiere at a Chula Vista cinema, where 2 episodes were screened for an audience of veterans and their families. Dressed in a cream blazer and white shirt, Harry playfully addressed the crowd, "Great to see all of you. I appreciate you dressing up for the occasion. No suits and ties?" After the screening, he posed for photos with attendees and expressed, "I want to extend a massive thank you for joining us tonight. You folks are among the first to see Heart of Invictus, a project that has been in the making for the past 2 years." In the Heart of Invictus trailer, Prince Harry, the youngest son of the king, speaks directly to the camera. The games don't revolve around the causes of our injuries. Rather, they're about recovery and reintegrating into a community. The Duke also met with competitors and offered these words, "At some point, everyone will face their own challenges." Netflix previously commented, "Heart of Invictus follows an extraordinary group of global competitors. military personnel who've endured life-altering injuries or illnesses on their journey to the Invictus Games. Competitors discuss the hurdles they've encountered, with one woman stating in Ukrainian, "For me to rehabilitate, I need Invictus. But the ongoing war doesn't allow us that reprieve." Another woman paused during a group video call as shelling began nearby. The footage featured Harry taking the stage at the Invictus Games, an event he established in 2014 as a Paralympic-style sports competition for injured and ill military personnel and veterans. He affirmed, "If your aim was to make your country proud, you've achieved it. If your aim was to bring happiness to your family, consider it done. You are individuals of substance, resilience, and strength. You possess the heart of Invictus." Produced by Harry and Meghan's Arkwell Productions, the series, initially announced over 2 years ago, is directed by Orlando von Einsiedel and produced by Joanna Natasegara, known for their collaboration on the Oscar-winning short film The White Helmets. In response to the documentary's release, Imarn Aitan, an anti-racism activist and social commentator, shared with ITV's Good Morning Britain, "Watching this, I'm reminded of why I initially admired Harry. It's undeniably inspirational. However, as for rebranding, I'm skeptical about its effectiveness. The damage might already be done. It seems to be genuinely him, which aligns with their brand. There's an intriguing dichotomy between their celebrity and royalty status, a fusion of two contrasting worlds. With Harry, there's a moment where we focus solely on his royal identity, his brand. I believe this could benefit both of them in the future." Also weighing in on the show, Talk TV's royal correspondent Rupert Bell commented, "After watching the first episode, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. Quite enjoyable. Harry is at the core of it all. It's his brainchild, so he shares his perspective, including why he initiated this endeavor, which is quite moving, especially the part about being flown back from Afghanistan." There's a fleeting mention when they appeared in New York, and Meghan, wearing a striking red dress, says something like, "We haven't done this much recently," during a public appearance. However, Meghan's presence is notably absent. This is very much Harry's project, focusing on heartwarming stories that align with the series' essence. Sky News royal correspondent Laura Bunduck explained that the inception of the Invictus Games was deeply rooted in Prince Harry's personal experience. The catalyst for these games was his own journey, stemming from his military service and notably, his tour in Afghanistan. This tour triggered the trauma of losing his mother at the age of 12. This upcoming series about Prince Harry on Netflix diverges significantly from what we've seen before. It isn't just another Harry on Netflix situation. Laura Bunduck highlighted that while we've witnessed various facets of Prince Harry and he has openly shared a lot about himself, this series ventures onto more familiar ground for him. The Invictus Games hold immense personal significance for Prince Harry. It's a cause he genuinely cares about and is enthusiastic about promoting. In the backdrop of a year that has seen its share of negative publicity around Prince Harry's actions and statements, this development feels like a step in a positive direction. Even those who have previously criticized Prince Harry would likely acknowledge that the Invictus Games project is an admirable endeavor. It has achieved substantial success and is widely regarded as a positive initiative. Laura Bunduck further noted that even the royal family, currently vacationing at Balmoral, would probably find this particular show of Prince Harry's enjoyable. The upcoming series is set to shed light on Prince Harry and Meghan's visit to the Games in The Hague, with a camera crew documenting their experience. During their visit to The Hague, Prince Harry granted an interview to NBC's Today Show. In this interview, he seemingly issued a veiled warning to individuals close to Queen Elizabeth II. He expressed his desire to ensure his grandmother's protection and the presence of the right people around her. The specifics of these individuals were not elaborated upon. Amid speculation that the Sussexes' Netflix deal might face a similar fate as their Spotify deal, Netflix expressed support for the couple. A Netflix spokesperson emphasized their ongoing commitment to their partnership with Arkwell Productions. On August 24, a spokesperson confirmed that Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, will join Prince Harry at the Invictus Games. Although she might miss the opening ceremony, she's expected to join shortly after the event's commencement. The Invictus Games will feature participants from 21 nations, including new entrants such as Colombia, Israel, and Nigeria. Prior to the start of the Invictus Games, Prince Harry will travel to the UK to attend an awards ceremony organized by the charity Wellchild. This event will commemorate the first anniversary of Queen Elizabetha's passing. The monarch passed away peacefully at Balmoral on September 8 the previous year after a remarkable reign of 70 years. Prince Charles Ihue and Queen Camilla are anticipated to privately mark the anniversary of her death at Balmoral. Prince Harry, who has been a patron of Wellchild for 15 years, will celebrate the achievements of seriously ill children and their families at the event in London on September 7. Notably, Meghan won't be in attendance, although she has been present at previous events. In a video message released on August 10, Prince Harry expressed his anticipation for the Invictus Games. He shared his excitement to bring the community together after a long gap and highlighted the ongoing journey of healing that everyone is on. Singer Rita Ora has been announced as the headline act for the Invictus closing ceremony on September 16. In his message, Prince Harry expressed gratitude for the participants' service and commitment, assuring them that the upcoming experience would likely be transformative. He concluded by stating that the Invictus Games ahead would be the best yet, promising a lot of fun and camaraderie. Dear friend, if you like everything new about the royal family and don't want to miss all the novelties, subscribe to our channel and like it. By doing so, you take part in our development. We work for you.